I haven't heard nothing you said that you do for your man, though. This whole time, I'm like, I hear what you won't do. You won't clean. You don't want to do this. What do you do?
I cook, but he has to clean the dishes. I don't fucking, like, just like how you said, you cook, but then shorty.
One more thing you do.
What?
One more thing you do.
Yeah, give one more thing. That's what he said.
Oh, okay. So I literally have his back no matter what. Like,
no, what do you?
No, you don't. That's not no matter what.
What do you do? What do you do?
See,
what do
when
you
that
do?
happens,
what do you do? Why do I have to? I'm a great partner. Why do I have to list a bunch of things that I do?
Because you named 5 things today that you don't do. I don't submit. I don't want to clean. You said.
I never said I don't submit.
Well, cleaning is submitting, kind of. Right?
I clean, but I will much rather freaking hire a cleaning lady to do that for me because I'm working. Like a lot.
Gentlemen, welcome to the West, a land where talk is cheaper than dollar store soap and genuine actions are more scarce than actual women. If we set aside anatomy, it's clear that this part of the world struggles to find anyone who truly fits the definition of a woman. This is why some people have built careers visiting universities, asking what a woman is, only to witness students with dyed hair choke, get furious and try to scream their way to victory. When most Western women finally step out of their echo chambers, they find themselves in a world that doesn't meet their expectations. They wonder why they can't find a man waiting on one knee with a $6,000 ring. Dumbfounded, they question why the real world refuses to embrace them. After all, they've been taught they're a gift to all men, so why aren't we taking the bait? Isn't this the perfect plan? Where have all the good men gone? Let's dive into some prime examples to help these ladies understand, shall we? Here we go.
I'm an alpha female.
Okay, how long have you been married?
I'm single. I never said I was married. I'm single.
I didn't expect you to be. I just wanted to make a point.
And what's your point, sir?
That alpha females tend to never marry.
Yeah, I mean, but that's a decision that I made. I don't want to be married, and I'm fine with that.
Of course, it's always a decision. But is it a decision you made from having plenty of suitable, high-value males around, or what?
Is a decision that I've made based on not wanting to be, I don't want the responsibility of being someone's wife.
No. I don't care if you turn down the trash man's proposal. I'm asking you, do you turn down proposals of suitable, high-value men?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Go ahead.
Well, so my point is that, yes, I'm an alpha female. I'm not interested in being in a relationship or being married, and there's nothing wrong with being an alpha female.
Nobody said it was.
Okay.
My platform is linear.
Yes, it is. It's very much so.
So? Football is linear. Have you not done the same thing in your career, presuming you've been successful?
Yes, I own my own business, and I've been very successful.
And the consistency and the linear nature that success brings has served you well, right?
Yes, it has. Amen.
Then why would you ask me to do something different?
Because of what your message consists of.
Don't start beatboxing. My message consists of what? I don't care. Become the best version of yourself and then choose from the options you have available.
Humility is in short supply these days. Western women employ 2 tactics they believe will lead them to marriage with a high-value man, but all it really does is make us want to build a cabin far out in the woods, safe from the fallout they continue to fight for. While most aim for the classic form of deception, others think that being a boss babe will make them more appealing to high achievers. In reality, a phrase like "I'm an alpha female with 2 businesses" roughly translates to "I don't need you for anything except maybe a baby and a down payment for a house I'd rather not purchase myself." This is yet another essential flaw of Western marriage. It's used as a way for women to get all of the benefits of being a man with none of the labor it takes to deserve the title. For some reason, feminists thought it was a brilliant move to encourage every woman to enter the workforce, halving wages across the board and demanding that guys roll up their sleeves to still end up contributing 90% of the annual household income. But as we often see, this road leads to the same destination, the courthouse, where the argument remains the same. In short, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Yet women continue to throw up their hands crying, why doesn't any man want to commit? Ladies, it's because so many men have been burned to the point where we see you for what you really are, a time bomb. When you look at cinema and television, it's not hard to see why modern women continue to twist their own narratives in the hopes that we'll all just forget what is really happening, put on a suit, and give our livelihoods away.
I built every single man up that I've ever been with, baby. All right. When they leave me, they're in a much better position than when they got with me, and that's a fact.
The very last man you was with, how long was that relationship?
3.5 years.
When you met him, was he a millionaire?
No.
When you left him, was he a millionaire?
No.
You ain't made nobody nothing. A lot of these women talk about what they could do for a man and how good they are. Y'all ain't made nobody nothing. A lot of y'all have an overinflated ego. You're not bringing nothing to the table but problems, attitude, and tarnished and zesty coochie.
I don't know.
So check your attitude. No, check your attitude.
When Western women impulsively end perfectly good marriages, the obvious outcome is that men deal with a lot of pain. What's often not shared, however, is that statistically speaking, men also find themselves recovering. With the right mindset, they might even start to prosper. Women like the subject in this clip misinterpret the later successes of the men they con during divorce. They start to believe that these triumphs are directly tied to what they did as so-called wives during the marriage. They'll say things like, "I might not have cooked for him, but I must have done something right. See, he always could have worked harder, he just didn't want to do it for me. Or in this case, I might have been unfaithful, but you wouldn't be where you are today if it wasn't for me." They make these arguments constantly while ignoring the elephant in the room. They are the common cause of Western marital concerns. But you'll never hear that from them. Instead, they let the mental hamster run even harder. Today's Western women are about as useful as a bargain desk chair from Temu. Sure, the advertisement portrays it as a low-cost alternative that can compete with higher-end models, but the second you try to take a seat, the wheels pop off, the back snaps, and you end up in the emergency room. After you recover, you decide to get a better chair, one that you've thoroughly researched to avoid the same mistakes. Cutting to the point. This chick's argument is as ridiculous as if Temu sent you an email after you got the better chair, saying, "Dear customer, glad we taught you a lesson in strength and perseverance. If you have time, send us a review to tell others how we changed your life for the better." God forbid they take any accountability. The only thing marriage has taught men is that the system, like the first chair, is broken. With institutional power continuing to fall into female hands, encouraging marriage will only lead to unnecessary obstacles and wasted time.
When Western women
So
do what
let's
they do
keep
best.
digging.
Worst moments in man history. 1920. Men give women the right to vote.
Women get custody because the court system favors them.
No, but okay.
And I'll tell you what.
Go on.
And men are punished for being traditional in this country. They are, because the way the court system and see this, I'm gonna talk about this because I know things. The code is written. It's basically the person that spends the most time with the child. Well, if a man wants to protect and provide for his family, who does that punish? The guy for doing the right thing.
But the children spend more time with the mothers. Sometimes men are not as involved.
Correct.
But it's because children that want to go with the woman.
It's because they're at work, though. Yeah. And then if you look at let's talk about what's in the best interest of the child. When you look at single father homes, they fare very similar to two-parent households. When you look at single mother homes, they become criminals.
I didn't know that. Yep.
They become criminals, drug dealers, school shooters. Every really problem that you can look at in society comes from single mother homes. Single father homes, not the same.
What's the name of?
Reason number 99,999 for why Western marriage is a scam: it has turned masculinity into a sin. Working a 16-hour shift this week? If you're married, that will come up as neglect in court. Spent an hour at the gym? But better call Saul, because your spouse will claim you're mismanaging finances. The modern woman doesn't see male strength as a beneficial trait unless they can use it against you. For the past century, legislation these women have supported has forced men to work twice as hard. Instinctively, we continue to lift more weight and work harder than ever, because we're built to handle hardship and provide the best life for those we care about. Over time, women egged us on while we typed, lifted, and worked ourselves into an early grave. Once they thought the wallet was fat enough, they acted on the feminist rhetoric they've embraced since childhood, pulling the rug out as soon as they thought the ATM was full. With the legal system on their side, all they have to do is say the magic words, "He was never there," or "I felt alone." Men are realizing that marriage is a long con. It's a weapon used to punish men for being men, allowing women to neglect responsibilities in exchange for profit. It's like when a parent gives their toddler anything just to make them stop crying. The child grows up expecting everything as long as they throw the right tantrum. That, or it goes in a different direction, equally absurd.
If you ranked yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate? Yeah, let's get back to reality.
No, I'm in reality.
No, you're not in reality.
I'm in reality.
You're not in reality.
I'm far from ugly, honey.
I didn't say that.
So
you made this combative, man. If you really want to say you're a 10, that's fine. But show me what the model contracts are.
I don't want to be a model.
I didn't ask you whether you want to be a model or not.
Somebody asked me today.
But you're not. But man, you're not. But you're not that. Come on. See, I know that there are men who are more attractive than me. I know men that I'm more attractive than. But I would never ever think to call myself a 10 because I know I'm not a 10. I knew at my best I was never a 10. I knew that. But see, men get an accurate estimation of ourselves. That's why so many of you ladies are got triggered. That's why that video went viral. Average at best alone, because so many women think that you should get something higher than you are. And then when asked, even a woman in that video said, I would have gave myself so-and-so. Okay, you can all say what you want, but the world reflects back what it is. We attract what we are. And if you've never dated tens, guys at that high level, if they're not knocking down your door, you're on Instagram, right? If they're not trying to marry you, wife you, that's not where you are. You can call it whatever you want to. You can have 10 energy all day long.
You have grown women who call themselves queens who don't work at the house. You don't cook, you don't clean, you don't train your children, you don't teach your kids are behind in school. You're not keeping up with them. All you care about is social media. All you care about is the fame. All you care about is looking good to people. You are not a
10 Energy perfectly encapsulates the Western female state of mind.
Was fat enough,
Let's be honest, sweetheart, nobody walked up to you today and asked if you were a model.
Well, they might, but
here's the rub: when women create an environment where everyone tells them they're a perfect 10, they start believing it and assume everyone else is blind to their hidden beauty. Men, on the other hand, as Kevin points out, face criticism from the moment we exit the womb.
Walked up to you today.
We're told exactly how we look. The world pulls no punches.
When women
We usually come out of it with a level head and an open mind. This is why we've stayed consistent. While most modern women destroy a marriage, the second chatter Tyrone gives them attention for an easy roll in the hay. Their expectations for treatment are so insanely high that they'll end a 15-year union just for the slight chance of being with someone they perceive as their equal. Then, when the man they left recovers because he's no stranger to overcoming obstacles, they turn around and try to build every single man up.
Men choose women based upon money. Women pick men solely off love.
Ooh. And this is a social worker, y'all. I mean, I'm to the point where I don't even want to make any jokes because this is so sad. No, ma'am, you are danger. And you advise other women?
I do, absolutely, yes. I do. Absolutely, yes.
Ma'am, you really shouldn't have said that.
Why? It's the truth. I wouldn't lie to you. It's the truth.
Because you shouldn't be advising anybody. This woman actually says men pick women based upon money.
Who is the most evil villain in any of the movies that you've seen? Jenny from Forrest Gump.
How could you say that?
She's the most evil character in
interesting.
This,
okay,
this
prove it to me.
Dumb
I never
woman,
liked her.
Think about this. Forrest is chasing after Jenny in elementary school, then it goes to high school, they go to college. She says no, Forrest. The entirety of his life, he's chasing after this woman. And then
one day, I got a letter from Jenny. She saw me on TV.
He's rich and she's dying. And then she finally comes around to it.
It's even worse than that. Then she allows him to meet his son, of which the namesake.
Yeah.
The Sixth Sense kid.
And she kept his son from him for that many years? I cannot think of a more evil villain in a movie than Jenny from Forrest.
For those who didn't grow up in the US, let me set the scene. Forrest Gump was the go-to film for any history teacher needing a break. Throughout the movie, Jenny is painted as a victim of circumstance, and while her upbringing was indeed rough, using it to justify her behavior is a stretch. Her actions aren't far from what many women do without any struggle leading into adulthood. They ride the party carousel, hoping that a man who has spent his time building an empire will magically appear, ready to commit no matter the cost. Now, let's flip the script. Imagine I'm a guy living recklessly, making no effort to improve because my dad disciplined me, occasionally typical male upbringing. As a result, I spend my next 10 years partying, ingesting substances and accumulating STDs, ending up with a negative bank balance and smelling like stale piss. Then when my time's almost up, I reconnect with an old flame, asking for their hand in marriage. The only realistic outcome? Handcuffs and a court-mandated psych evaluation. There are no systems supporting male failure. I wouldn't be saved or married because I didn't earn it. I didn't practice discipline or promote a lifestyle deserving of any long-term reward. Meanwhile, women haven't been held to any standards at all. They have what I call Jenny syndrome. For decades, they've tried to convince men to overlook high body counts and red flags, expecting us to put everything on the line for nothing in return. But things are changing, and they're changing fast. Guys, if a woman tells you she's an alpha, let her live her dream and block her number. If she says every man I've been with has gone on to do great things, focus on every man and walk out the door. And if she claims she'll have your back but lives in the West, the message should be clear: marriage isn't an act of loyalty, it's a contract. They might say you're afraid of commitment or vulnerability, but we know that's not true. We're men, we risk our lives for fun. Use that ring money for something better. The universe will reward you for it. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Remember, the best comment will be shared in our next video with a surprise gift. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video. Until next time.